right, so hey, black women. I wanted to come and talk to you about this situation with the lady from Texas who's detained in Dubai. Now, yeah, we have a whole bunch of idiots, black male idiots online talking about how they're glad she's arrested. They hope she gets prosecuted to the extent of the law. And people are not thinking with common sense. Like, the woman was in a car accident. As a result of the car accident, she went back to the rental place, wherever it was, tried to get her documents, and instead of them giving her documents, they tried to extort her. They were asking her for money because of the accident she got in. Now, I don't know why that happened. It shouldn't happen, because if you have proper, like, traveler's insurance, the traveler's insurance should cover car accidents, health care, hospital stays, etc., right? You have to pay a certain amount to activate it, and you have to pay, to keep it going while you're there, which is why it's important to have it. Honestly, to tell you the absolute truth, the more you pay for the traveler's insurance, the more stuff it will be covered, the more places it will be accepted throughout the world, and the less likely people would be trying to extort you, probably like they did this woman. So anyway, think about how you would be, because I know it happened to me in Europe one time. They were trying to hold my passport as well. Like, you have to understand what's going through your mind at the time. You understand that if these people do not give you back your documentation, you're stuck in that country. You are literally fucking stuck in that country. Why America and airports have not gotten to the point where if a country takes your passport, you should be able to use a photo or some type of PDF passport where you could go to the airport, scan it, and get the fuck out of that country. This is how people get lost in the world. So you got to think about those things, because when somebody takes your passport, you really lose your shit for a minute, because you do realize that that piece of paper is the only thing that is keeping you from being kept somewhere against your will. That's what this woman was thinking about. Plus, when you have somebody insulting you and talking down to you because you're a woman and they're a guy, that's another reason to have set her off. However, when you're in these places, anywhere in this world outside of America, you gotta always go to America's travel, I forget, is it travel.state.gov? It's the website for America, where when you get ready to leave this country, whatever country you're trying to go to, you need to go on that website, find out what are the entrance requirements, the exit requirements into the country. Sometimes they have them. You need to find out what are the customs, what are the different languages spoke there. Are there any disparities in treatment in society of women versus men? Is there a code of conduct they expect women to follow and men not to? You really have to know all these things, even if you go into a country where you don't think it applies, because they have laws in this world, in other countries, that are made to always dehumanize and belittle women every minute of the day. And depending on where you go, that country could have more dehumanizing rules and laws than another. So in a place like Dubai, are you serious? A place like Dubai, where it is a Muslim country, they look at women as not even being adults. They're not equal citizens, and they treat women like they ain't shit. And it's a place, honestly, I would never go to. And I don't understand why black women go to that country, besides the fact that, they have those nasty sex rings where people go there to get paid. But I would never, and don't suggest you go to any Muslim country, because it's all about the stifling and the suppression of women. And then being a black woman with the history of the Arab slave trade and how Arabs treat black Africans, I would never ever go to that country, never spend a dime with them. I don't understand why you're doing it. You don't need to go to no foreign Muslim country to flex, because when it comes down to it, America is not coming to get you. They're not coming to help you. They're not going to do shit. They're going to act like, oh, well, too fucking bad. You're not a celebrity. They don't give a fuck. So the woman will be let go. Even if she serves time, she's just going to have to serve her jail time and then she'll come home. But let her story be a screaming fucking warning to all the rest of you black women. Stay the fuck out of Dubai. Stay the fuck out of Dubai and every other Muslim country, because are you not aware of the events of the world? The Muslim world are trying to take their women back to the Stone Age. In Afghanistan, they have taken everything away from them women. They can't go to school. Now they can't work. And they taking the livelihoods away from women who, a lot of these women, their husbands are gone, and working in a hair salon was the only fucking source of revenue they had of their own to take care of them and their children. Also, most importantly, for them to socialize and feel beautiful and feel whole with other women in a very anti-woman climate. You gotta understand what's going on in this world and just stop skipping around it, thinking that because you're from America, you know, I'm not saying this about her, I'm saying this in general, that the world is just gonna open up to you and be your friend and love you and welcome you with open arms. That's not the case. The majority of these countries do not like American people. They don't like America. And they don't just make the distinction of, oh, you're a black American, you're really not the white American that causes problems with everybody else's government. They don't make those distinctions. They just look at you as an American, oh, you're part of that problematic place. You think you're an entitled, overly arrogant piece of shit that can come through the world thinking you can do whatever you want. That's the opinion they have of you, whether you're doing that or not, right? So, with this lady, the best part of this situation is, like I said, for all those black dudes on here that are talking shit and thinking that she's going to be suffering in prison over there, she's not. She's not. At the end of this video, I'm going to actually put a clip in to show you what the women's prison is like. And I hope that they find out about it so they can really feel like shit and have it rubbed in their face that all of the misery and the anguish that you wanted for this black woman, she's not going to receive in Dubai. Will she be insulted by men? Of course, because that's what they do on a regular basis over there. But for her to be brutalized and treated like she's a savage just because she's in prison, that's not going to happen, dumb motherfuckers. Too bad. That shit happened to you here. And I really wish the FBI would do their job. Start pulling these people off of YouTube and putting their ass in prison as domestic terrorists for promoting hate speech against black women. The hate speech they put on these YouTube videos and channels are causing black women to get killed by black femicide every 4 to 5 hours of the day, causing huge domestic violence problems in households. And where is the FBI? Why aren't they doing their job by enforcing the laws of this land and locking these motherfuckers up as domestic terrorists? Because that is what the fuck they are. Every day they come on YouTube complaining about black women and how we're supposed to be in this servitude, submissive, slave-like state beneath the black male, right? Only him. And then because we don't want to worship this piece of shit and act like he's more important than we are in our own lives, they feel like we should be berated and talked about horrifically. And then in the second breath, they want to talk about how we should rekindle, reunite, and get the black family going. It's like, you're such a delusional, fickle-minded, dumb piece of shit. It is unbelievable. How the fuck you gonna insult me in one breath and then in the second breath want to try to not even court me, want to try to tell me my place is to be underneath you, fucking you, having children for you and living with you? Fuck you. Alright? That's really my feelings about them. And so that ugly motherfucker that's usually on the Peace Network, the one that looks like a fucking gorilla in the face, I'm going to put a clip of his video in here as well, right? To show just how ignorant these motherfuckers are, how they're actually happy that an inconvenience is happening to this black woman. But like I said, the fact that the entire world does not act the way American whites do towards blacks, period, even though this lady was out of control, screaming and carrying on, due to the fact that she couldn't get her items back. You know, she has a right to be upset, but she did take it a little too far. Being on top of the counter was going too hard because you're not home. And the thing with being an American is you have to know that when you go into other people's countries, you have to respect that culture and that country, period. Even if the worst thing happens to you, you have to have faith in the fact that these people run their country and they will do everything that they're supposed to do for you. The thing with the money, if she didn't have the money, she should just tell them, sir, I really do not have money to give you for the accident. I really would appreciate it if you would help me to get some type of medical assistance to make sure I'm okay. I just came out of a car accident. Now, being a black woman, having the whole world against us and people always wanting the worst for us, especially these black motherfucking pieces of shit that we give birth to called black males, it's a lot on us all the time. And people never look at it from our point of view, where we are the most hated people on the face of the planet. And we are the mother of the entire earth. And we don't normally do things to other people, but everybody finds a reason to want to fuck with us, no matter what. So that's a lot of stress, a lot of aggravation that black women have to always deal with. And since we're not white women, we don't deal with depression the way they do, where they slumping in the fucking corner and everybody's going to feel sorry for them. No. We deal with a type of depression. It's called aggravated depression, where we are frustrated with the shit that we got to constantly deal with that we don't deserve. And so we deal with it with a level of irritability that these stupid motherfuckers refer to as a bad attitude. That does not mean that we're in that state every day, every moment, every one of us, because we're not a monolith. But what it does mean is that we are not given the same consideration of humanity as other women. That is exactly what that shit means. So, I'm going to now show you the clip of this asshole talking. And oh my God, black women, would you please stop with the over male identification shit? Start flagging all these dudes' channels to the FBI. Fuck the police. Flag it to the FBI because they're going to do something about it. The police are only going to try to bullshit the case and dismiss it. The FBI, they actually have to pay attention to this shit because they know that these type of people can incite incels and etc. So flag their channels so that the FBI knows that these are the idiots out here initiating the violence and the deadly incidents that are happening in our communities. These people that get on here and preach hate speech towards black women. This is the reason why black women get shot and killed and stabbed and their throats cut and etc. is because of these very type black males. So flag them, fill out the C3 form on the FBI's page, let them do their job, let them investigate them, let them take them off of YouTube. And you at the same time wake up and understand that if you would stop subscribing to these dudes' channels, stop giving them views, they would eventually have to leave YouTube because they would not be getting the checks that they're used to from the sensationalism. Please do yourself a favor, black women. Start educating yourself more. Stop feeling that when older women tell you an unfavorable opinion, start listening to us, please, and stop listening to all this ghetto shit that y'all think is so fabulous, and stop listening to these dudes first and foremost. Please, if you're going to travel the world, I want you to. But do it respectfully and do it purposefully. Don't be out there with the silly shit. Oh, we here in Dubai, we doing it, we flexing. You don't need to do that. Respect where you're going. Respect your own journey. Respect your adventure. It's the type of stuff you have to do. You have to, release all of these negative, dysfunctional, traumatizing situations that have happened to you throughout your own life, whether you understand them or acknowledge them or not. If you're a black woman and you live in America, you have been traumatized. It does not matter if you're the richest black woman, the poorest one, or whatever in between. You have been traumatized because there is a legacy of slavery in this country that now these very black males that you give birth to out of your own body, which you need to stop, grow up to be these dysfunctional, self-hating, black women hating, trying to get the entire world to hate black women and to promote harm to come to us. You got to understand that this is the reality that we live in. And when you understand that, start doing everything in your power to fight back against it. Speak to your representatives about the issues and the situations of the videos on YouTube. Vote for more women, black women, and other women of color that understand your plight and that are willing to stand up for you. Complain to the government about the hate speech videos on YouTube. Do what you need to do to combat it, to make it go away. These guys are not happy unless you're suffering. When I play this clip, you'll see that he's laughing about this woman being arrested. And he's taking the whole situation out of context and trying to make it fit his narrative of the dumb shit about us with having a bad attitude. He's just completely omitting the fact that she was initially in a car accident. People are shaken up when they're in a car accident. 2, they are trying to extort her for money because of the accident. 3, they're holding on to her documentation, refuse to give them back to her because she will not pay for the accident or probably doesn't have the ability to pay for the accident. So she gets emotional, which is one of the emotions that all people have. But because she's in a particular country where they choose to dehumanize women, she raises her voice. But in that country, raising your voice is only allowed for men. So men are the only people allowed to hurt, insult, and demean other people. Women are just supposed to be pieces of shit that stand there and take it. That is not that black woman's fault that that place is that fucked up to the point where they don't recognize women as equal standing human beings and adults. Watch this clip, y'all.
Fuck around and find out, but there's some learned lessons here, right? It's basically that certain other people in certain other countries and certain other cultures, obviously including Dubai, I've never been there, but they understand that a woman's place and the way in which she's supposed to operate is a certain type of way. And we not embracing that part. We may embrace the capitalism, we may embrace growth, we may embrace tourism, but we not gonna embrace that bad attitude. We gonna filter out the things that we think is best for us, and we gonna remove it, right? More importantly, listen, we gonna throw charges on your ass, and we gonna put you in prison for screaming in public. And listen, I'm not against it. I'm not against it, not even a little bit. I think the fact that they stand on their square, they hold you accountable, and you gonna come over here and think that you're gonna operate the same way that you did over there? Nah. And this is one of the things that I also believe that is a problem, and that when you see people moving over to other spaces or they go and even visit other cities and stuff, and they bring their attitude and their ways with them, and because America had became the customer is always right, or you can do what you want to do, or women are always right, and all of this other type of stuff, we've now conditioned them, or we've trained them as a society to believe that they can do what they want to do even when they're in another country. Nope. I think that she
dangerous. These are some of the images that come to mind when talking about prison cells. But when Gulf News visited a prison facility for women in Dubai, most of the negative impressions we had about the prison cell were shattered. Through the lens of GNTV, we give you an exclusive tour to show the true state of the Women's Central Jail in Dubai. Upon entering the facility, which is located in Al Awir, we discovered a spacious courtyard, playground, well-lit rooms, training and workshop facilities, a clinic with a full-time doctor, and even a supermarket among other amenities. What we saw was a community of people trying to make a positive change in their lives. Built on an area almost 1 million square meters in size, the Dubai Central Jail embraces the concept of open jail. No steel bars, spacious rooms, wall-to-wall glass windows, and plenty of spaces. The prison facility for women accommodates more than 400 female inmates. In the past years, Thousands of women of different nationalities have come and left the facility reformed and with new skills that will help them start a new life. Around 38 children aged 3 to 8 also live in the facility with their mothers. The children are allowed to live with their mothers in the community-like facility as they have no relatives to take care of them outside. The open jail concept also means that the prison cells are not locked, allowing all prisoners to interact with others. The inmates can also talk with jail officers freely and openly about their problems, needs, and how they feel. The jail officers are trained extensively and have been carefully selected for the job. They are both firm and compassionate when dealing with the inmates. The Women's Central Jail is a testament that life really does not end inside the prison. People commit mistakes, and prison facilities are there to help them become reformed individuals. Irish Eden Belleza, Gulf News.